Good day. My name is Subhatra. I'll be presenting my final year project. The topic of my final year project will be maximizing marketing ROI, a machine learning framework for e-commerce customer lifetime value prediction. Next, let's look at the background of the current e-commerce landscape. We are not just looking at the sales numbers, we are looking at how to build a resilient, data-driven growth engine in an increasingly crowded market. The core challenge: market saturation and ROI pressure, competitiveness and rising digital costs. The e-commerce space has reached a point of hyper competition. It's no longer enough to just be online because digital ad costs on platforms like Google and Meta are skyrocketing. We can no longer afford to guess. Demonstrating a clear ROI is not just a goal for the marketing team, it's a requirement for the company's survival. Second, acquisition versus retention. Retaining is more cost-effective than acquiring. Industry data consistently show that it can cost anywhere from 5 to 25 times more to attract a new customer than to keep an existing one. Our strategy must shift from a transactional in mindset to a relational one. We need to focus on the people who already know and trust the brand. Third, targeting long-term potential. Target consumers with high long-term revenue potential. Not all customers are created equal. If we treat a one-time discount shopper the same as a loyal brand advocate, we are wasting resources. We must identify and prioritize consumers with high time value (LTV), those who provide the most revenue over months or years, not just a single checkouts. 4. Moving beyond broad metrics. Companies oversimplify budget and ignore individual behaviors. Many companies fall into the trap of looking at average conversion rates or total traffic, but average hide the truth. By ignoring individual behaviors, we miss the nuance of why people buy. We need to move away from one size fits all budgeting and toward personalized behavioral based spending. Next, conclusion and summary. In summary, to foster sustainable financial growth, we must transition to predictive modeling. By accurately predicting a customer's future value, we can optimize every dollar of our marketing expenditure. This ensures we are investing in the right people at the right time with the right message. Now that we understand the market background, let's pinpoint the specific problem we are solving. At its core, the issue is reliance on rear view mirror metrics to navigate a forward-looking market. We are seeing a significant inefficiency in how capital is deployed across the e-commerce sector. First, the trap of historical data. Companies rely on past data like average order value (AOV) for future decisions. Currently, most e-commerce businesses are looking backward. They use metrics like AOV, which tell us what happened yesterday, to decide where to spend money tomorrow. The problem is the past behavior doesn't always guarantee future intent. Using AOV as a primary guide is like driving a car while only looking at the tailgater behind you. It doesn't help you see the curves in the road ahead. Next, limitation of aggregated metrics. Business needs to move beyond aggregated metrics. Aggregated metrics treats your entire customer base as a monolith. When we look at average, we lose the signal in the noise. We fail to distinguish between a customer who spent 100 ringgit once and will never return, and a customer who spent 50 ringgit but will return every month for the next 3 years. Aggregated data hides the high-value individuals, leading to a spray and pray marketing approach that drains budgets. Predicting individual value. The key question is how to better predict individual customer income or value. The billion-dollar question for us is, how do we stop looking at the crowd and start looking at the individual? We need to shift our focus toward predicting individual customer income and future contribution. By moving from descriptive analytics, what happened, to predictive analytics, what will happen, we can stop reacting to the market and start shaping it. 4. Optimizing the marketing budget. Optimize marketing budget through better prediction. Ultimately, this is a resource allocation problem. If we can predict who our future power users are, we can disproportionately allocate our budget to acquire and retain them. This turns marketing from a cost center into high precision investment tool. To move forward, we must address these inefficiencies head on. We are here to bridge the gap between historical average and individual predictive insight. Next, I'll show you exactly how we plan to bridge the gap. There are 4 research objectives that I have listed down for the studies. Research objective 1 will be to identify and evaluate the key behavior drivers of customer value in a non-contractual retail environment. Research objective 2 to benchmark the predictive performance of probabilistic and machine learning models for customer revenue forecasting. Research objective 3 to develop a framework for quantifying the impact of predictive analytics on marketing resource allocation. And research objective 4 to propose business intelligence for BI deployment framework that translate models output into actionable marketing insights for ROI optimizations. Next, research questions. RQ1, what are the most significant features within historical transactional data, example recency, frequency, monetary, that contribute to accurate CLV forecasting? RQ2, between regression analysis and machine learning, random forest, which provides the highest predictive accuracy, lowest MAE or RMSE? RQ3, what is the measurable improvement in marketing ROI when using predictive CLV framework compared to traditional retrospective budget allocation? RQ4, how can the predictive CLV model be integrated into a business intelligence dashboard to support real-time decision making, and ROI monitoring? The inefficiency of average. We are currently facing a major challenge in e-commerce, budgetary inefficiency. Most companies are operating on autopilot, relying on historical metrics like AOV to detect their future spending. While AOV tells us what happened in the past, it is a poor predictor of future potential. The core conflict, aggregated versus individual data. The problem with aggregated metrics, our biggest hurdle is the reliance on the aggregated data. When we look at the average 10,000 customers, we lose sight of the individual. This one-size-fits-all data makes it impossible to distinguish between a high-value loyalist and a one-time discount seeker. The strategic question, the key question we must answer is, how do we move beyond this broad average to accurately predict individual customer income and future value? Solving this is the only way to truly optimize our marketing budgets. Defining success customer lifetime value. To solve the problem I just described, we turn a key metric in modern CRM, customer lifetime value or CLV. CLV represents the total net profit we expect from all future interaction with a specific customer. This isn't just a buzzword. The financial impact is massive. Research shows that enhancing customer retention by just 5% can substantially increase overall profits. The evolution of methodology. How do we actually measure CLV? The literature highlights an evolution in methodology. Traditional approach. Historically, we use RFM analysis, looking for recency, frequency, and monetary value. It's a solid foundation but often lacks predictive depth. Advanced machine learning. To achieve higher accuracy, we are moving toward machine learning techniques, such as regression and tree-based methods. This allows us to process complex patterns that a simple spreadsheet would miss. The machine learning pipeline. The process we are adopting follows a standard machine learning pipeline. Training phase, we extract features from our existing data to teach the model what a high-value customer looks like. We apply the model to our current database to estimate the future value of every single customer in our system. By combining these academic insights with modern machine learning, we move from guessing based on the past to investing in the future. We are not just spending a budget, we are managing an asset, our customer base. The research used the CRISP-DM framework to forecast customer lifetime value for a growing online store to optimize marketing strategies. It starts with a focus on achieving low mean absolute error (MAE) and effective budget allocation. The data understanding phase involves acquiring an e-commerce transactional dataset and performing exploratory data analysis (EDA) for data quality assurance. Data preparation includes cleaning, transforming, and feature engineering using the RFM method to extract features such as recency, frequency, and monetary value. The dataset is divided into training and prediction periods to mirror real-world conditions. Various predictive models including linear regression, random forest, and BG are trained and evaluated using regression accuracy metrics like MAE, RMSE, and R2, along with a business impact metric to assess ROI. The final evaluation contrasts a traditional marketing budgets allocation with a predictive model based on CLV, aiming to show enhanced marketing ROE through targeted investment. The research benchmark random forest regressor predictive performance against a multiple linear regression baseline and selects the machine learning approach for its capability to model complex nonlinear future interactions. Currently, e-commerce companies are wasting marketing budgets by relying on backward-looking metrics like average order value (AOV). The challenge is moving beyond these broad aggregated numbers to accurately predict individual customer income and future value. The scientific solution, CLV. The solution lies in CLV, a metric representing the net profit from all future customer interactions. Research shows that increasing retention by just 5% can dramatically boost profits. While traditional methods use simple RFM analysis, we are implementing an advanced machine learning pipeline, including training and prediction phases, for much higher accuracy. The data execution. To put this into practice, we clean dataset of over 2,200 records, handling missing value and temporal data through the CRISP DM framework. We derive these three core features: recency, engagement, frequency, total purchases, and monetary value, historical spending. By integrating this with demographic data, we have built a robust predictor targeting a continuous monetary value for future CLV. Conclusion: the implementation of a random forest framework provides a significant advantage for e-commerce marketers. By accurately predicting customer value, business can move away from generic marketing strategies toward data-driven, personalized campaigns. This transition not only reduces waste but also maximizes ROI, return of investment, by nurturing the most profitable customer relationship. Future iteration of this work could incorporate time series forecasting to predict the next purchase date to further refine the marketing clock. Finally, let's come to a summary. Key points that I have listed here is the problem. E-commerce firms often suffer from poor ROI because they allocate marketing budget based on general historical average rather than future individual potential, which is inefficient budgets and reliance on historical average (AOV). Next, objective. The primary goal was to create framework to predict the revenue potential of each customer in a non-contractual setting. The goal will be to predict individual revenue potential in a non-contractual setting. Methodology: using an e-commerce transactional dataset, the study employed RFM analysis for future engineering. Next, model comparison. The research benchmarked linear regression against random forests, evaluating them via mean absolute error and root mean square error and R-square. Key finding: frequency was determined to be the most significant predictor of future value, with the random forest model achieving superior predictive accuracy. In closing, I want to thank you for your time and attention as we walk through this framework for e-commerce growth. I have demonstrated that moving away from broad historical average like average order value (AOV) is no longer just an option but a necessity for maintaining a competitive ROI. By leveraging the random forest framework and focusing on customer lifetime value (CLV), We can now pinpoint individual revenue potential with high accuracy. The findings specifically highlight that purchase frequency is the strongest predictor of future value, allowing me to move from generic spray and pray marketing to highly personalized data-driven campaigns. This transition doesn't just reduce waste, it maximizes the ROI by nurturing the relationship that matter most to the financial growth. Thank you again for the opportunity to share these insights.